The old lighthouse keeper, Silas, hadn't seen another soul in months. The sea gnawed at the rocks below, a constant hungry whisper against the stone walls of his isolated tower. His only companions were the screeching gulls and the rhythmic pulse of the lamp, a lonely sentinel against the encroaching darkness. Then the fog rolled in. It wasn't just fog, it was a living thing, a thick, white blanket that smothered the world, silencing the sea and swallowing the light. Silas had weathered many storms, but this was different. This fog felt wrong. It pressed against the windows, a cold, clammy hand, and seeped into the very fabric of the lighthouse, chilling him to the bone. He heard it then. A low, guttural moan carried on the fog's breath. It wasn't the wind, it was something else, something close. He clutched his lantern, its feeble flame a tiny defiance against the overwhelming darkness. The moans grew louder, closer, weaving a tapestry of dread around him. The lamp, usually his steadfast companion, flickered ominously, threatening to plunge him into utter blackness. He checked the oil, plenty. But the flame continued to dip and sway, almost as if fighting against some unseen force. Then he saw them, shapes shifting within the fog, barely discernible at first, then slowly solidifying into grotesque figures. They were tall and gaunt, their limbs elongated and unnatural, their skin the color of decaying seaweed. Their eyes, when he could see them through the swirling mist, were pits of hollow darkness. They pressed against the lighthouse, their moans a chorus of despair, their touch chilling even through the thick stone walls. Silas felt a creeping dread, a primal fear that transcended the rational. These weren't men. They were something ancient, something from the depths of the ocean summoned by the fog. He tried to signal for help, but the fog absorbed the light from his lantern, rendering it useless. His radio crackled with static, a mocking imitation of communication. He was alone, trapped, with only the dwindling light of his lamp and the ever-growing horror closing in. The figures began to press harder against the walls, their moans intensifying into a cacophony of despair. The lighthouse groaned under the strain, the stone itself seeming to tremble. Silas knew with a chilling certainty that he wouldn't survive the night. The final flicker of his lamp died, plunging him into absolute darkness. The last thing he heard before the fog consumed him entirely was the chilling whisper of the sea, a victorious sigh in the heart of the storm.